The covenant of the seed. Scripture text. Genesis chapter 22 verses 15 to 18. Galatians chapter 3 verses 13 to 29. The oath. God swears by himself. The text. By myself have I sworn, saith the Lord, for because thou hast done this thing, that in blessing I will bless thee. Genesis chapter 22 verses 16 to 17. Scriptural connection. Hebrews chapter 6 verses 13 to 17. The writer of Hebrews explains that when God made a promise to Abraham, because he could swear by no greater, he swore by himself. The point. A covenant is only as good as the one who signs it. Usually, a human swears by God, but here, God binds his own existence to the promise. This makes the provision on the mountain an immutable, unchangeable, legal reality. 2. The definition of the seed. The text. And in thy seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed. Genesis chapter 22 verse 18. Scriptural connection. Galatians chapter 3 verse 16. This is the vital oneness of the scripture. He saith not, and to seeds, as of many, but as of one, and to thy seed, which is Christ. The point. The covenant was never about a million different ways to God. It was narrowed down to one seed. On Moriah, Isaac represented that seed, but the legal weight of the promise was pointing to Jesus. The agreement made on the mountain was specifically a Christ covenant. 3. The purpose. Redeeming the curse. The text. The promise of the seed was meant to bring blessing to all nations. Scriptural connection. Galatians chapter 3 verses 13 to 14. Christ hath redeemed us from the curse of the law, that the blessing of Abraham might come on the Gentiles through Jesus Christ. The point. Why did God need a covenant? Because humanity was under a legal curse. On the mountain, God established a legal loophole of grace. Through the seed, Christ, the blessing of Abraham is transferred to anyone who enters the covenant. Becoming heirs through the name. The text. The covenant was for Abraham and his seed. Scriptural connection. Galatians chapter 3 verses 27 to 29. For as many of you as have been baptized into Christ have put on Christ. And if ye be Christ's, then are ye Abraham's seed, and heirs according to the promise. The point. This is the how-to of the sermon. How do we get into this covenant made 4,000 years ago? Through baptism in the name of the seed. When we put on Christ, we are legally recognized by God as part of the seed that Abraham was promised on the mountain. Key connections. The binding. Just as Isaac was bound to the wood, we are bound to the covenant. The guarantee. God didn't just promise, he swore an oath. Your salvation isn't based on your performance, but on the agreement God signed with himself on Moriah. The global reach. The covenant was made in a desert, but it was for all nations. It reached across time to include every person who calls on the name. Summary for the congregation. On the mountain, Abraham gave God his best, and in return, God gave Abraham his name and his word. Today, we don't live by chance. We live by a signed agreement.